Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Matt, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. The presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Cal Maritime.
Hi, thank you. My name's Jessica. I am the Senior Enrollment Services Counselor with Cal Maritime. I have a brief presentation to share with you, and if any of you are watching this on your laptop, feel free to whip out your phone and snap that QR code to learn more, but also at the very end, it's a great opportunity to screenshot our contact information. So picture you see there, that's actually an aerial shot of our campus. So when we say we are a waterfront property, we're not lying. We go all the way down into the water. There's actually a little shipwreck there that you can see during low tide, which is kind of cool. We are a very unique campus of the Cal State system. Not only are we the smallest, we are, I like to say, the most specialized, really because we started out as only teaching students how to work on ships. And so when we joined the CSU, we expanded to other programs as well, but we've kept that small feel. So our average class size is about 18, but because of how hands-on, just in general, the CSU is, and of course, academies are, we like to think of our campus as a living learning laboratory. So we really emphasize being able to apply the theories that you're learning in a practical manner, whether it's in a laboratory or in the workplace environment through required internships or the required travel abroad experiences. So when I say specialized, we have 7 majors. All of them lead back to the water. We have a number of shore-based programs where you are well prepared to work away from the global maritime industry, even though that's our niche market. And then we have the programs that we started out with. And that's, like I said, we're learning how to work on large commercial vessels. So eventually, with hard work, to work your way up to being a ship captain or a chief engineer. One of the things, like I mentioned, that is requirement of our students during the summer is to travel abroad. So this is different than the traditional study abroad semester, which more students are familiar with, where you go to another country and you're studying in that country for a whole semester. Our experiences are really more about the professional immersion experience, and so not being in a classroom in that other country. So our students that are in the engineering majors that we offer and marine transportation will take 1 or 2 training cruises on board our 500-foot training ship, the Golden Bear, during 1 or 2 of their summers. So they're responsible for learning all of the operations of the vessel. They actually get to drive her. Our students get to drive her through the Panama Canal, which is kind of like bowling with bumpers. There's not too far you can go, but they get, like I said, real hands-on experience where something goes wrong in the middle of the Pacific. They're the ones who are going to learn how to either fix it or stop it enough that we can pull into port and have an expert fix it. For our business, our global studies, and our oceanography students, they do not go on board the Golden Bear, but they do still travel internationally. So they fly to another country and live in that country for about a month, or our oceanography students actually go on an international based research experience on board a research vessel, which is really cool. And of course, as a CSU, we still have options to pursue the traditional study abroad semester. I wanted to mention very briefly our admissions requirements. I'm sure my sister campuses will mention the A through Gs, although they're available on our website. Essentially, you have to have each category. So any students that have less than our minimum GPA, we will take other factors into consideration. So that's a little bit new for this year. So we're going to look at things that might not appear on your traditional transcript. So where you live, your status in terms of who you're living with, and also recognition for extracurricular activities. We actually have a way to quantify that and bump you up into the qualifying areas. For our impacted majors, meaning they're competitive to get into, we're really going to take a hard look at your GPAs, and I say A's because your academic GPA and specifically your math GPA, because of engineering, kind of have to love math. And then we're also going to quantify points for your participation in other STEM classes. So engineering, ROP, any of those. And same thing, extracurricular coursework like AVID or leadership team or anything like that, we're going to add points, because that's what's going to allow us to rank the students in order to choose who's going to get an offer, or the small batch that's going to be placed on the wait list. We offer fair amounts of financial aid. Just want to throw it out there. Make sure that you are always looking at the actual campus's offer of financial aid, and look in your own community, your parents' companies, your local chamber of commerce, mom and pop restaurants. You always want to look high and low for as much free money for college as possible. Last but not least, like I mentioned, ways to get in touch with us, follow us on social media. The application for the entire campus or the entire Cal State system is coming up on October 1st. It's a relatively short window in the whole spectrum of your high school career. It's about 2 months or so. So you do want to make sure that you get a head start, but as long as you have your transcript next to you and some financial information, you could actually do your application on your phone, which is kind of nice. We're in the Northern Bay Area, right off of Highway 80. So you can easily come visit us for a campus tour and check out that 500-foot training ship. We love to show it off. Thanks so much. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off so that all of our folks get enough time.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jessica. Next up is Cal State Chico.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa O'Connell, and I'm a Chico State admissions counselor. So we are going to just jump right into the presentation. So where exactly is Chico State located? So we're located in Northern California within Butte County. The closest airport that we do have from our area is actually located in Sacramento, which is about 90 miles down south. We are next to a lot of natural beauty, Lassen National Park. That's one of my favorite areas. And then we also aren't too far away from the Bay Area in San Francisco. This gives you a good idea of what our campus does look like. Total population with students is about 17,000. We are considered a true residential campus. What that means is that 90% of our students do live between a 1 to 2 mile radius of campus. So everything that you see in color there on your screen is our campus. And then we're also located right in the heart of downtown. So everything that you see in black and white down at the bottom there, that's actually considered our downtown and residential area. So with housing, we have 8 resident halls within Chico State. As a first-time freshman, it is not required to live on campus. So there's a lot of different options. So if you do decide to live off campus, like I said, 90% of our students do live really close to campus. So it still feels like you're living on campus. But the nice perk of whether you're living on campus or off campus is you'll find that rent is relatively a lot more affordable in Chico compared to where a lot of the other areas are in California. So rent is anywhere from $300 to $800 a month, depending how close you are to campus and how many roommates you have as well. So with support services that we have here at Chico State, we have a really great food pantry on our campus. We were actually the first CSU to have a food pantry. So of course we have fresh produce, canned goods, all that kind of good stuff. We also have a really great health services located on our campus as well, with the counseling center in there too. And then as for clubs and organizations, we offer over 200, anything from cultural based to academic based to special interest based. We do offer a wide variety. We also have a lot of really great study abroad programs. We're actually ranked number 3 in the nation for sending the most students abroad through the program that we use. We also have a lot of athletic options depending how big of a time commitment you want to give to that. So for our most competitive, we are Division II with NCAA. We do give out athletic scholarships for that. And then on top of that, we also have club sports, intramural sports, and then we also have a really nice gym on campus that has a lot of great classes of wrestling, yoga, and all that kind of good stuff. So now as for majors, we have over 120 majors here at Chico State. We only have 3 impacted programs. So I know that was kind of touched on a little bit, but what that means for us is that there's too many students interested in the program than we can take on. So we do have a separate application process in order to get into the program. The nice thing though is that out of all those 120 majors, we only have 3 impacted programs. So that's social work, recording arts, and nursing. The nice thing though is if you're interested in any of the other programs that we offer, as long as you get admitted into Chico State, then you do get admitted straight into the program. So for the application period, I know this was already kind of said, but it is opening up here soon. So October 1st, and our deadline is December 15th. But for those impacted programs that I did just name, that actually closes November 30th. So these are our freshman admission requirements for fall 2022. So we are looking to make sure that students have those A through G requirements completed. SATs and ACTs are not required for fall 2022. However, for Chico State, we do still recommend you turn them in if you did happen to take them. We can use them for like freshman classes and placement purposes. But again, for admission purposes, we won't be using it for that. Instead, we'll be making sure that students have at least a 2.5 GPA for a California resident, and then a 3.0 and above for out of state. Now, as for transfer admission requirements, so Chico State only admits upper division transfers with at least 60 transferable units. And then we also ask that students make those Golden 4 courses and have those completed as well. There's a lot of really great options to make school affordable for students. So of course there's FAFSA. I highly encourage for every student to fill that out. And then Chico State does have its very own individual scholarships called the Wildcat scholarships. And those are specifically through Chico State as well. And then we also have the Western Undergraduate Exchange. It is available for full-time freshmen and transfer students to all the Western states. And it goes towards all of our majors except for those 3 impacted programs: nursing, social work, and recording arts, and then the online programs. So that is all I have on my end. If anyone is interested in touching base with us, all of our contact information is listed on your screen there. On our website, we have a lot of really great admission presentation, drop-in appointments, virtual tours, and all that kind of good stuff. All right.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Next is CSU Channel Islands.
All right, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Caesar. I'm an admissions counselor here, and I'm going to go ahead and present to you on CSU Channel Islands. So some quick facts about us. We are also part of the CSU system as part of some of our similar sister campuses out here today. We have 7,000 students currently enrolled on our campus. So we're one of the smallest, not as small as Maritime, but we're still small in comparison to other big campuses. 23:1 is our student to faculty ratio. So our students definitely love that environment of being in a small classroom. It's easier to just connect with your professors, connect with your colleagues and your professors. Also get to know you a little bit easier because there's less students to keep track of, so to speak. 61% of our students are first generation college students, so first in their family to attend college. So we provide some additional services for those students as well, and a nice community that they build with one another, so they can go through the college experience together. For those that are not familiar with our campus, we are not located on an island, so I apologize if you're looking forward to taking a boat to class. That is not the case. We are located in Camarillo, California. That is a city located in Ventura County. So we're smack in the middle of Santa Barbara and Los Angeles counties, as you can see there on the map. So we really are 10 minutes away from the beach. And I have a colleague that timed that, so that is accurate. So our students definitely love that we're so close to Port Hueneme, even not too far away from Malibu or Santa Barbara beaches as well. So, and 76 degrees is the average temperature out here. Beautiful weather. We have 26 majors and 37 minors. The majors highlighted in red are most popular ones. So they're the ones that the students tend to choose the most. So that includes biology, business, health science, psychology, or sociology. There are not impacted. Our only 2 impacted majors that we do have on our campus is nursing and mechatronics engineering. So it's just like my colleagues have been mentioning earlier, that just means that they're in really high demand and we can only admit a certain amount of students per year. So if you're interested in these programs, I highly recommend you take out your phone, hover over these QR codes and check them out, research as early as possible. So they're not impossible to get in, but of course just requires a little bit additional homework to figure out their admissions criteria. of what they require to be admitted. Otherwise, similarly to CSU Chico, as long as you meet our admission requirements, you should be able to get into any other major that we offer here. You can even come in as an undeclared major if you're not sure which major you want to come into. We have a long list of student resources. These are not all of them. It's just a few examples for you. Career development services, advising, help you figure out our graduation requirements, writing center, a lot of good stuff there. We also have some fun stuff outside of the classroom. Grocery bingo, Dolphin Palooza. That's like a little mini music festival that we have here on campus. Snow day, where we bring snow onto campus. We have over 70 clubs and organizations. Some are cultural and social, some are interest-based with a Pokemon club. Some are service and philanthropic. So a lot of good stuff there as well. We don't have an NCAA sports team, but we have intramural teams, club sports, and recreation fields where you can compete with among friends or other campuses. We also have a recreation center where you can get take advantage of our workout machines and some fitness classes, yoga, Zumba, all that good stuff. We offer some off-campus amenities as well. We have a research station out in the Santa Rosa Island. So that is one location you do need to take a boat to. And we have a boating center down the Channel Islands Harbor. So we offer some free services there and fun stuff for our students who want to take advantage of our location. We do offer student housing. It is not mandatory for anybody to live on campus, but it is available for those that are interested. Here is a quick information on our tuition. It's about $6,102 for the entire year. And just like our sister campuses, I'd like to highlight that the CSUs have been the lowest among other public institutions nationwide. So something to consider, of course. And I also just want to remind you all, once again, we also offer financial aid, and that application opens on October 1st to file a FAFSA application or the California Dream Act application. These are our application periods, just as they mentioned already. October 1st is the same application period that we're going to follow. Just like CSU Chico, we also close on December 15th for our non-impacted majors. Otherwise, nursing and mechatronics do close on November 30th. And we do offer spring admission, but that is only open for upper division transfer students. Our freshman requirements are pretty simple. Graduate from high school, complete the 15-unit A through G college prep coursework, earn a minimum GPA of 2.5 or above. And then just finally, some top 5 reasons why you should choose Channel Islands. Our location, we take advantage of our location to bring on some really great community members, speak with our students, small classroom sizes, it's affordable. We offer unique amenities. Like I said, we have a research station. If you don't want to do research, you can even visit the Channel Islands for free for the day, or even a nice camping trip for the weekend. And we hope you succeed. We really are truly dedicated to your success. We're all very motivated to help you succeed, and we're all available to help with any questions you may have. Feel free to check us out and watch some cool videos that we have online. Just as an example there, you see Doc there, our support animal on campus. He kind of walks you around campus and takes you on a nice, cool tour of all the services we have here. Otherwise, that link should also direct you to our virtual tour, but feel free to visit us in person. We do offer in-person tours now. We're just off of the freeway, so easy to get to. And like I said, in Ventura County, smack in the middle of Santa Barbara and LA counties. Here's our contact information. Feel free to connect with us if you have any questions, email us, call us. Otherwise, feel free to follow us on social media so you can get all the cool updates that we have here on campus and learn more about who we are, what we do, student environment, all that cool stuff. So thank you very much. And that's all that I have for CSU Channel Islands. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much. And next up, Humboldt State University.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Leo, and I am also one of the admissions counselors. Could you guys hear me okay? All good? Okay, cool. So this is a photo of our campus. We are located about way up, and we're the furthest north California State University. We're about an hour and a half away from the Oregon border. And we are right on the ocean and the beach. You can see the Humboldt Bay right there. We're located in the traditional homelands of the Wiyot people. And all the greenery, all the redwood trees, you think about redwood trees, you hear redwood trees, you can drive a car through the middle of them. That's where we're located. So all the greenery, all the trees that you see in this photo, there's no sprinkler systems. This is all natural. So we live in a rainforest, and we're really known for our natural resources, our science, our oceanography, our marine biology, our forestry. That's what Humboldt is all about. A lot of STEM field programs. And so we're a small campus. We only have about right now, due to the pandemic, we're down to about 5,500 students, but generally have about 7,000 students. But we're right here. Check it out. There we are. 12 hours from San Francisco, 5 hours from San Francisco and Sacramento. And we're part of the California State University system. So when you guys apply to Maritime or Channel Islands or Chico or whatever anybody else who's on this in this group, you're going to use the same application. So that's super cool. Stanislaus, you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to enter all my classes that I took in high school or community college. And we do accept lower division transfer students, upper division transfer students, and first-time freshmen. We don't have any impaction required. We're not an impacted university. I think the nursing program is the only one that you would need to have your RN before you want to apply, but everything else is pretty. Social work too, there might be a couple of classes that you need to take in terms of social work, but we have 50 majors and they're all totally open. So as long as you meet the minimum requirements, which our other colleagues had already mentioned, then you will be able to get in. So one of the cool things about Humboldt State University is that we really take advantage of the place in which we exist. So we've got the lagoons, we've got the beaches, we've got the ocean, we've got the forest, we've got 6 rivers, we've got there's so much learning outside the walls of our institution that we take advantage of that. And so if you look at the photos on the top screen, all those students are actually in class. They're not out there having fun. They're not chilling at the beach. They're actually in environmental resources engineering classes. They're in marine biology. They're in oceanography. So because of where we live, we take advantage of that and we break down the walls and we go out and we do all this research with people who are working with NOAA, with people who are working with we have 13 different tribal communities. So we have access to the tribal communities here, California Fish and Game, Redwood National and State Parks. And so you're able to get that hands-on learning. So it's not just book work and it's not just theory, but you're actually working with professionals in the field. And that's really good if you're planning on going into the workforce after you get your bachelor's degree, or if you're going to plan on going to into graduate school. We're such a small institution that you're going to be able to do the work that you're doing. So our front yard, that first photo that I showed, our first building on campus was built in 1913, and it faces the ocean. So our front yard, like I said, is the ocean and the beaches and the lagoons, here forest directly connected to our institution. So our backyard consists of forestry, wildlife, zoology, and we have, like I said, 1.5 million acres directly attached to our institution. So you're going to get that experience working with the professionals in the field as well. This is a little map of our local area. So in our community, it's about 17,000 people and 12 hours from LA, 5 hours. Our average temperature, if it's 70 degrees in Humboldt County at Humboldt State University, my office, in the summer, I'm taking the day off because it's too hot. And I'm not joking. So we're, like I said, we live in a rainforest. In the summertime, we don't get super hot. And in the wintertime, we haven't had snow here in 7 years. And so you can go inland. If you look at the map, this little map, you can see Willow Creek. You can get 100-degree temperatures. We have a super awesome river. You can jump in and go swimming. Also, you can go up there and go play in the snow in the winter. But right here where we're located off the coast, it's not only are we cool, but we're cool. So we get a lot of rain. 64 is the average high in the summertime. So just in case you guys can't go, and all the surfers, you guys need to make sure you guys got wetsuits, because our water comes directly from Alaska, Washington, and Oregon. So we're not Southern California. We're 12 hours away from there. So just if you guys, this place, the highest number of STEM graduates for resources. 56% of our students are first generation students. As you can see, 39% of the students come from the Los Angeles area. And then we're dedicated to social justice. We're dedicated to making sure that we think about not only social justice, but environmental justice. Because of the place that we live, we really want to take care of all of that. And we have 50 majors, 69 minors. So we're a small school, but we offer a lot. And then this is our kinesiology and athletics lab. And then I just wanted to go really quickly. We got teacher credential. And then just want to go through and look at a couple fire science lab. So there's a lot to offer. We have it's not the only undergraduate oceanography, but now there's another one. I think, I'm not sure Channel Islands or Cal Maritime has the oceanography program now, but before we're the only one. And so just want to go through these really quickly. Average class size is 29 students, and I'm going to end right here. We've got there's a couple of our housing. You don't have to live on campus. You can bring it. Thank you guys very much.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Next up is Fresno Pacific University.
Thanks so much. Let me get my screen share going. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I know I've been having some problems hearing some of our fellow presenters. So if you can't hear me, just stick in there with me and we will get through this together. It looks like I'm also having problems with my PowerPoint. Let's see if this will work. There we go. Awesome. Well, my name is Vanessa. I am the visit and event coordinator here at Fresno Pacific University. So excited to be talking with you guys today about our programs and what we have to offer. So let's just get right into it then. We are a very small campus. Unlike my colleagues here, we are not part of the CSU system. We are a private Christian university located in Central California. We have about 1,100 students on our main campus. We have 4 other campuses across the Central Valley. So in total, we have about 4,000 students across all of our programs. We are a very diverse university as well. We have about 45% of our students who identify as Latinx. And then also 50% of our students are first generation college students. So a lot of resources there as well. So a little bit of our academics, because first and foremost, we go to college to get an education. That's why we're paying for it. So we have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, over 100 areas of studies with our 39 majors, 40 minors, and 17 different concentrations within some of those majors as well. 81% of our faculty have their terminal degrees. So you're learning from some of the best who not only have the education, but also the experience behind that to back it up. So at FPU, you are getting a really quality education. And being that we have such small class sizes, you are getting to connect with your classmates and your professors. Really, they become more of your mentors than your teachers, really help you build a career for yourselves and also going into grad school if that's something that you're interested in as well. Overall across campus, we have a 3.4 average GPA, which we are very proud of. Just shows how much our students are putting in the work inside of the classrooms, as well as how our small class sizes are benefiting our students as well. These are some of our top 5 majors as of this year: psychology, kines, business, communications, and pre-al science. Our liberal studies degrees and our social work programs also sneak their way in there year to year. It kind of just depends on what students are interested in studying. I don't have a full list of our majors, but some of our more distinct ones would be nursing, our liberal studies programs, and our software engineering programs. None of our majors are impacted, but we do have secondary applications into our nursing and social work programs. At FPU, we also guarantee that you will graduate in 4 years, which seems a little bit silly, but here in the Valley, our average right now, it's taking students about 5 to 6 years to graduate with their bachelor's degree. So we guarantee that if you're not out in 4 years, that we will pay any additional costs that it takes, your tuition, your student fees for that 5th or 6th year, as long as you are passing all of your classes and following your course schedules. We are also now offering 3-year degrees, which is really exciting. You save money and you save your time as well. So some of these degrees are in our business programs, our religion programs, and our STEM fields in biology and chemistry. So if you're interested, feel free to go down to that website and look into it more to see if the major you are looking for falls into one of those 3-year programs. Like I mentioned earlier, we are a Christian university, so we do offer a lot of spiritual life on campus between our college hour, which is basically just our chapel services, student ministries, multicultural ministries, and missions and service trips. We don't require that any of our students come from any sort of faith background. We are a very inclusive institution. About 40% of our students identify with any denomination. And so we really just leave that as an option for students to get involved with if you so choose, but that is at the foundation of who we are as a school. But we also have a really great community life. So we have over 60 different clubs and organizations on campus with student events, intramurals, athletic games, worship events, clubs, and off-campus trips. We are also part of the NCAA Division II PAC West Conference. We have 16 different varsity sports on campus, and we compete very competitively. Some of our more popular ones are basketball, soccer, volleyball, baseball, and track and field. If you are a male, the only ones we do not offer are wrestling and football. And for our ladies, the only ones we do not offer that they tend to look for is softball. Other than that, we probably have everything that you're looking for, including cheer and stunt. So if you're interested in getting started, we have actually a rolling admission, basically meaning we accept applications all year long. The very last day to apply is August 15th, but I usually recommend students apply by that December 1st date. It's going to set you up for more opportunities for scholarships, which we'll talk about in a minute. You can apply at this website. There is a $40 application fee, and all we need is your high school and/or college transcripts, and SAT and ACT scores are optional for next year. So our tuition, since we are a private university, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than my colleagues here at about $33,000. But if you look at this pie chart, this is kind of on average what students are paying. Every student is given an academic scholarship. For freshmen, they range from $7,000 to full tuition. And for our transfers, they range from $5,000 up to $11,000. We also accept FAFSA. A lot of our students have on-campus jobs that help pay. So on average, our students are only paying about 25% of tuition, which is about $8,500. So very affordable still, although we are a private university. And there are other additional scholarships. On top of that, we have 169 private donor scholarships that you can apply for. And on average, our students are graduating with $80,000 less debt than the national average. If you've never been to our campus and are pretty close by, feel free to visit us in a variety of these options, evening tours, event days. But if you are a little bit distant, don't worry, we still have options to connect with us virtually. We host a lot of virtual events on our top 5 majors, dorm tours, commuter resources, student athlete roundtables, our clubs, and more. Or you can always take a virtual tour with us as well. We are located in Fresno, so Central California. We're the 5th largest city in California, over 300 days of sunshine, even though it gets pretty hot here in the summer. Thankfully, school only runs from August to May. And then we have 3 national parks really close by. So a lot of adventuring that our students do around the area. Here's my contact information. Feel free to visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat to learn more. And if you have any questions, I would love to connect with you. Thanks so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. San Jose State.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Let me just make sure. Okay, so my name is Cecilia Del Toro. I am an admission counselor recruiter at San Jose State, and today I'll be talking to you about San Jose. To start off, San Jose State is part of the CSU system, as many of the universities that presented tonight. We are actually the oldest out of the 23 campuses, over 150 years old. We are considered an urban campus. We're located right in downtown San Jose, with a student enrollment of about 33,000 students, but you're still getting pretty small class sizes at about 29 to 32 students in your class. At San Jose State, we've been recently named the #1 most transformative university in the nation. And here's a short video about what we do.
At San Jose State, we have a lot to be proud of.
We advance creativity and innovation.
We explore interdisciplinary research to study wildfire.
We reflect our diverse community and are continually working towards equity and inclusion.
We strive for justice to advance the public good.
We promote success in and out of the classroom.
We contribute $4.1 billion to California's economy.
We are transformation defined. We are Spartan.
So we're very proud to be Spartans, and there's a lot that we offer at San Jose State. We offer as well over 134 majors with 110 concentrations. Some of the popular majors at San Jose are engineering, business, kinesiology, psychology, animation, illustration, and computer science. So those are just some of the many options that would be available to you at San Jose. Go back here. Being located in the heart of Silicon Valley, our students have a lot of great opportunities, both internship and career-wise. This is just a short list of some of our top hiring employers where we've seen our students find internship opportunities or jobs after graduating with some of these companies, as well as the city of San Jose and the county of Santa Clara. At San Jose, we also want you to have the opportunity to be involved. We offer over 450 student clubs and orgs and anything and almost everything that you could think of. And if there is something that you're interested in and we don't have, you and your friends can start your own club and be part of that Spartan community. Being right in downtown San Jose, we have a lot of great facilities on our small campus. Some of our our newest facility is the Spartan Recreation and Aquatic Center, which features an indoor track, a rock climbing wall, and a lap pool. And then currently under construction, we have our interdisciplinary science building, which we are very excited for and hopefully will see completed in the following year. We do have on-campus housing that for fall 2022, we actually have suspended the requirement for first-time freshmen to live on campus. But if you're still interested on living on campus, you have the opportunity to do so through our university housing, or we have a unique housing experience in our international house. And for more information about housing, you could visit the housing website, and you do have until May 1st to submit a housing application if you are interested. San Jose State is a Division I, NCAA Division I campus competing in the Mountain West Conference. We have 8 intercollegiate men's team and 12 intercollegiate women's teams. If you are interested, definitely check out our athletics website. So now going into those admission requirements, similar to some of the sister campuses represented today in the CSU campus or CSU system, we are looking for A through G requirements completed with a C- or better. You must meet or exceed the CSU minimum eligibility index. And then specific to San Jose State, there's an additional admission selection process, which we refer to as impaction, which I'll go over what that means. So again, we are looking that you have your A through G completed. We don't look for extracurriculars or letters of recommendation or personal statement, nothing like that. We're looking at your admission, your A through G courses. And then we are going to be looking at your 10th and 11th A through G courses when calculating your provisional admission GPA. So those are the courses that we're going to base it off. And of course, any class that you have that is credit or pass will not be used towards that calculation of your GPA. So one of the items that I talked about that we review for admission is that eligibility index. So because we have suspended the use of SAT or ACT scores for fall 2022, what we are going to be looking for from students to be eligible for admission is that you must have at least a 2.0 2.5 or greater GPA. And then any student that's a non-resident of California must have a 3.0 or greater. So specific to San Jose State, any student that does not meet that minimum 2.5 will not be considered for admission at SJSU at all. So you, in order for you to even be considered, you need to have that 2.5 GPA. So we've mentioned impaction. Some of the campuses that presented tonight have mentioned that maybe one or a couple of their majors are impacted. Again, that term impaction, what it means is that we're receiving a greater number of applications from very eligible students, and we just don't have the space to admit all of them. So that creates that impaction or competition. San Jose State specifically is a campus that is impacted for all of the majors. So whereas some of the campuses that presented mentioned one or two majors, San Jose State is impacted for all of the majors that we offer at the point of admission. So if you are applying to San Jose, just meeting the minimum CSU requirement does not guarantee you admission to San Jose State. We do publicly post what our previous impaction criteria has been, which you can visit on our website. And then we also like to say that impaction does not mean impossible, as our impaction criteria does change every year. So that's something to keep in mind. So for fall 2022, what is it that we're going to do in regards to impaction? That impaction review is that any student that applies and meets that CSU minimum eligibility, that 2.5, will then get reviewed and ranked for their major by their GPA to determine if they will be admitted to their major for fall 2022. So again, if you are interested to see how that works, what that looks like, how the previous admission class was admitted, and what that requirement was for the major you're interested in, you could check out our impaction page. Once you're ready to apply, as it's been mentioned, we have one application that you would fill out for all 23 campuses on Cal State Apply. There is a $70 application fee for each individual CSU campus. So as you select it, it'll be that individual fee. And then once you are ready to apply for San Jose State specifically, we are keeping our October 1st to November 30th deadline. We are not accepting applications after December 15th because, again, San Jose State is an impacted campus. And then once you submit your application by November 30th, you'll find out about late February to early March if you've been provisionally admitted to San Jose State and to your major. Lastly, if you have your phone out, feel free to scan this. This is a QR code to our steps to admission, which has all the information I covered and more in-depth information about San Jose State. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or visit us at our virtual front desk. And as always, follow us on social media where we post a lot of great updates about what's going on our campus. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'd now like to ask all of our presenters to come back on camera. We have a couple minutes for Q&A before we conclude this session. And I'd like you all to respond to the following question. What is some advice you would give someone going through the college search process? You can all respond in the same order that you presented.
Oh, that means I get to go first then. So again, Jessica with Cal Maritime. I would say my advice would be don't write an institution off immediately. Do a little bit of research. But then once you have a gut feeling about that institution, it's okay to say, no, it's not a good fit for me. So trust your gut. That would probably be my advice, is trust your gut in the college application search.
I would say, especially since there's so many resources now online, whether it's virtual tours or, admission presentations, whatever it may be, I would recommend to just research every school that interests you, or maybe ones that you've even just heard about, just because there is so many resources now that's really accessible for students. I just recommend check all of them out. And then like Jessica said, whatever feels like a good fit, go for it.
So I would like to share too, don't be afraid to ask questions. Just like Marissa just shared, there's a lot of resources here and there's a lot of us here as well. And we literally get paid to be bombarded with your questions, and don't feel like you're bugging us or anything. You really aren't. You'd be surprised how many of us are truly happy to help you, because we want you to understand this application process. We understand that it can be scary or a little bit too overwhelming. So don't be afraid to ask any questions, not only about the application process, but about our campus, student life, about a major, whatever looming question that you have. Just go for it and ask.
So I started off as a first generation student. I'm the first in my family who ever came to college. And I was part of the TRIO Educational Talent Search program, as well as the Upward Bound program. And now I'm here working with students in migrant ed and all that stuff. So don't be, again, like Sis, I've said, don't be afraid to ask questions, but at the same time, find a college where you feel like you're welcomed. You want to find a place where you feel like it's going to be home, and that you're going to have community, and that you feel like we don't have clubs. We don't have, clubs like the nightclubs, like we don't have the big towers. We don't have the nightlife. We don't have, we're in the forest. we survived this whole pandemic because we love being socially isolated from people. If you love being piled up on top of each other, then choose somewhere else, because look at my picture behind me. That's where we are. If you don't think, and students sometimes say, oh man, what is this? Like, what is this? It's scary. There's bears and there's lions and there's tigers. And it's like, if you don't want to do that, don't choose Humboldt State University. I'm being it straight up for you. Don't tell my boss, but don't come up here if you don't love nature and the natural resources and the environment and STEM and all that stuff. But if you're down with that, come on up. You're gonna have some isolation issues and all that stuff. But we're here to support you. But find a place where you're gonna get this love. And I think if you talk to every single one of the counselors on this call, find a place that you love, and that's going to be essential to your success in college.
Yeah, I think what everybody has said is so great. I guess my advice that hasn't already been said is just to keep your options open. You never know. Doing college research, you might find universities that may surprise you that you've never even heard of. So just be open. Keep your priorities straight, know what you want, and look for schools that have just that. And then don't be afraid to visit campus or connect virtually as well in this virtual world that we now live in. I think that's really important, getting to see the campus, see the dorms, and really just imagining yourself there. And if you could live there for 4, 3, 2, however many years that you'd be there. So that would be my advice.
So for that question, one of the things I would say when you are doing that college search is don't get stuck on the title of a degree. So just because, it's called a degree in English doesn't mean that that's the only career path that you need to go into. So think about what it is you want to do in the future, what you're trying to achieve, and what the schools offer to help you achieve it, understanding that you don't have to get tied to just because the degree is called that, that's what you have to do. Because having a degree in anything could open up so many doors to different career opportunities, or maybe even the career opportunity you have. So just because it's titled that degree doesn't mean that you have to go into that specific career field, because there's so many options with all of the degrees all the universities offer.
Excellent. Well, thank you all so much. We are out of time for this session. But I want to say thank you. Thank you to our presenters, and thank you to our audience. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We do appreciate your feedback. And as a reminder, you'll be able to find a recording from this session as well as any others from this fair at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you all so much, and have a great rest of your evenings.
Thank you.